Hello everyone, welcome back to the next video. So NextJS 15.1 was just released. Let's go through his blog post. So NextJS 15.1 brings core upgrades, new APIs and improvements to the developer experience. Key updates include React 19 stable. So finally, I think there were a lot of criticism on NextJS as well because it was using React 19 APIs since NextJS 14. So now that React 19 is finally stable, I hope there will be fewer bugs if you are using the React 19 APIs, improved error debugging, enhanced DX and better source maps for the browser and the terminal. After stable, new API to execute code after a response has finished streaming, forbidden unauthorized experimental, new APIs to enable more granular authentication error handling. So if you want to upgrade, you can use this code mod, something like this. And React 19 stable. NextJS 15.1 fully supports React 19. For the pages router, you can use React 19 stable without needing the release candidate or canary releases, alongside continued support for React 18. For the app router, we will continue to provide React canary releases built in. This include all the stable React 19 changes as well as newer features been validated in framework prior to a new React release. Since the NextJS 15 release, a significant addition to React 19 was sibling pre-warming. For a comprehensive overview of React 19's update, please refer to the official React 19 blog post. Improved error handling. We have made improvements to error handling in NextJS, ensuring you quickly locate the source of issues, whether they appear in the terminal, browser, or attached debuggers. This enhancements applies to both Webpack and TurboPack. Source map enhancements. Errors are now easier to trace back to their origin through the improved use of source map. We have implemented the ignore list property of source maps, which allows Next.js to hide stack frames for external dependencies, making your application code the primary focus. For slightly more accurate source mapping of method names, which suggest adopting TurboPack, now stable, which has improved handling and detection of source maps over Webpack. For library authors, we recommend populating the ignore list property in source map when publishing your libraries, especially if they are configured as external. Example in the server external packages config. Collapsed stack frames. We have improved the logic for collapsing stack frames to highlight the most relevant parts of your code. In the browser and error overlays, stack frames from third-party dependencies are hidden by default. Focusing on your application code, you can reveal the hidden frames by clicking Show Ignored Frames in the DevTools or the overlay. In the terminal, third-party dependencies frames are also collapsed by default, and error formatting now aligns with the browser output for a consistent debugging experience. Errors are replayed in the browser to ensure you don't miss the important function during development. If you need the entire stack trace, enhanced profiling. Ignored stack frames are also recognized by built-in browser profilers. This makes profiling your application easier, allowing you to pinpoint slow functions in your code without noise from external dependencies. Improve the edge runtime. When using the edge runtime, errors are now displayed consistently across development environments, ensuring seamless debugging. Previously logged errors would only include the messages and not the stack before and after. So this is how it would look like, and this is now how it looks like. Error overlay before and error overlay after. This improvements makes error clearer and more intuitive, allowing you to focus your time building your application rather than debugging. We are also thrilled to announce the introduction of a redesigned UI for the error overlay coming in upcoming releases. After stable, the after API is now stable following its introduction in the NextJS 15 RC. The after provides a way to perform tasks such as logging, analytics, other system synchronization after the response has finished streaming to the user without blocking the primary response. Key changes: since its introduction, we have stabilized after and addressed feedback, including improved support for self-hosted Next.js server, bug fixes for scenarios where after interacted with other Next.js features, enhanced extensibility, enabling other platforms to inject their own Wait until primitives to power after. Support for runtime APIs such as cookies and headers in server actions and route handlers. Forbidden and unauthorized experimental. Next.js 15 include 2 experimental APIs, forbidden and unauthorized, based on community feedback. We would love your feedback. Please try it out in our development environments and share your thoughts in this discussion thread. Overview. If you are familiar with app router, you have likely used not found to trigger 404 behavior alongside customizable not found tsx file. With version 15.1, we are extending this approach to authorization errors. Forbidden triggers a 403 error with customizable UI via forbidden.tsx. Unauthorized triggers a 401 error with customizable UI via unauthorized.tsx. Good to know. As with not found errors, the status code will be 200 if the error is triggered after the initial response headers have been sent. Enabling this feature. As this feature is still experimental, you will need to enable it in your next.config.ts file. So something like this: auth interrupts :true. Using forbidden and unauthorized, you can use forbidden and unauthorized in server actions, server components, client components, or route handlers. Here's an example. So something like this, you can do forbidden. To customize the error page, create the following files. You'll have to create forbidden.tsx, and here you can write however JSX code whatever you want. Similarly for unauthorized as well, you can use something like this. We would like to thank Clerk for proposing this feature through a PR and assisting us in prototyping the API. Before we stabilize this feature in 15.2, we are planning on adding more capabilities and improvements to the APIs to support a wide range of use cases. Read the documentation for the unauthorized and forbidden APIs for more details. So these are the other changes. ESLint 9, max cache tags to 128, add an option to disable experimental CSS chunking plugin, add experimental CSS inline support, silence SAS legacy JS API, fix unhandled rejection, ensure parent process exits, fix route interception on catch-all route, fixed response cloning issue in request, deduping, fixed server action redirects between multiple route layouts, support providing MDX plugins as a string for TurboPack compatibility. So yeah, these are all the contributors. Yeah, that's it. Thank you for watching. Bye.